REED-BBS, BBS. Norfolk, Virginia, 10,500 asses and seats. Purnell Sweet Pea Whitaker's high school marching band up in the building. That's when you know everybody there, when shit like that falls into place. For the DB3 show, Davis Brothers Boxing. DB3 sisters not singing, but singing the national anthem. Mama Davis escorting her baby, the Bidness man, Keyshawn Davis, to the ring versus Gustavo Lemos. Lemos and his 6 pounds over the lightweight limit looking ass. My man was 155 pounds on fight night. He was tightly muscled though. He was not flabby or anything of that sort. Now, a dangerous precedent has been set. Facing guys who can't make weight for high-profile fights that hadn't worked out in a lot of cases. Most recently, the Rye guy, Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Most famously, by Jose Luis Castillo for his rematch against Diego Chico Corrales. And in both cases, the one that failed to make weight won the fight. Convincingly, I might add. 6 pounds, when you're 6 pounds over, that means you didn't even try. You weren't even bothering to make the weight. Making the weight never entered your mind. Team Lemos, they took advantage of the fact this was an important hometown date for Keyshawn, which Keyshawn would not and could not postpone under any circumstances or cancel. Keyshawn was going to go through with the fight just because of what it represented. So yeah, dangerous precedent was set for him going through with this fight. And after a competitive first round, a pull counter right on the button, it caught and dropped Lemos coming in round 2. Lemos' hands were feinted out of position, and a left hook stanky-legged him to the ground a second time. And then a vicious right uppercut ended matters, depositing Lemos and the ref on the canvas. Right then, right there, the so-called toughest test of Keyshawn Davis's career was over, just like that. On this night, Keyshawn, he stared into the eyes of danger. And he whooped Danger's ass. He did. As Mark Kriegel called it, a Star is Born type of performance. And now 12-0 8 KOs, as the Bidness man put it, Gervonta, knock, knock. Keyshawn, he was name-dropping Gervonta Tank Davis all fight week. And frankly, I loved it. Because you see, Tank loves trolling more than fighting. Tank trolled Bud Crawford after Crawford beat the brakes off of Earl Spence. Tank trolled Edgar Berlanga after the Canelo fight. I'm pretty sure he had some slick shit to say after Bevo versus Better Biv. Tank told Frank Martin that his girl was in his DMs at their press conference for their fight. Shit, Tank's a messy dude, and intentionally so. And honestly, if he was messy, yet still fought the best available opposition, I wouldn't give one fuck. Go on and be messy, dog, because you're giving me the fights. Me and we, the boxing public, the fights that we want to see. But Tank is the opposite of that. Tank calls out King Kong and Godzilla, flexing Twitter muscles and shit, only to face the likes of Bambi and Mickey Mouse when it boils down to it. So yeah, I laughed as Keyshawn referred to Tank as a dwarf, as an Oompa Loompa, talking about soft, light-skinned shit. Now, I could do without the N-bombs, but I ain't Keyshawn's daddy, so I digress. Saying I'll knock his short ass out, I love it. But with all that said, Dennis Baranchik will be next. Tank versus Keyshawn will never happen because Tank doesn't fight dudes with a legitimate chance of beating him. Tank fights guys that you weren't even considering or pondering him fight. No one was checking for a Tank versus Lamont Roach fight. And then Tank says, yeah, I'll fight him. That's how Tank operates. Meanwhile, he on Twitter and shit and social media, needling the big name guys and heavier guys outside of his weight range and shit. That's how he operates, man. So yeah, it's cool that Keyshawn's talking that shit to him, but this fight will never happen. I know it won't. Dennis Baranchik, WBO world title, that's next. Still not sure if Keyshawn is as good as he thinks he is, but you damn sure got my attention now, bruh. That's real. Between the performance against Lemos and the way you're out trolling the troll in Tank, yeah, you got my attention now, bruh. REED-BBS, BBS. Black Burp Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.